person that likes Star Wars in my household.
Okay. Alright. Yeah, no. I definitely see how that could probably reduce in the nostalgia factor. But then, is it a lack of nostalgia, or is it just a very specific type of nostalgia? Because I think it's a case of you have this like warm sort of feeling, like this childhood. Oh, oh, Nathan, I accidentally left, and now I'm queued up for that, so you have to leave, by the way. Having like this warm childlike view towards a show or a movie or something, and then also having nostalgia towards it because you watched it as a child and you had that warm feeling towards it, is very different to just nostalgia as a concept. Because I feel like you can be nostalgic about a thing you watched a year ago. You can be like, oh, I remember when I did that, that was really nice. That's nostalgia, right? And then having an opinion on a TV show or a movie that you know is probably, relatively biased because you enjoy it, because you have fun memories of it. Again, that's nostalgia. So, is there
Sorry, I was on mute.
still...
Did you just spawn in on where I left? Yeah,
Oh,
you
you
need to
left?
leave as well. Yeah.
Amazing. But yeah, so like, are you sure you don't have nostalgia for
Well, it's more of my opinions of Star Wars aren't influenced by nostalgia. So when The Last Jedi came out, there was a big criticism of that movie was that Luke Skywalker isn't my Luke Skywalker. Luke Skywalker that I watched as a child would never do X, Y, and Z. However, I don't have that issue with those movies,
Okay.
The reason why I don't like that is because of choices, because narratively this doesn't make sense. Not because it's not the same Luke Skywalker that I watched when I was a child, because by the way, in year 8 it was 2015, so that was like when the trilogy was coming out, the sequel trilogy was coming out,
Right. Yeah.
So this was all pretty new to me. Like, I never grew up with Luke Skywalker. I just saw him just now.
That's actually really funny to me. In my mind, you're kind of like the ultimate Star Wars nerd.
You've liked Star Wars way more and longer than I have.
Probably, yeah. I mean, I say that. I watched it as a child because my family loved movies. But then, as a teenager, I didn't really rewatch it myself. So I had a decent understanding of it, but I hadn't had a good memory of the movies. And then we rewatched it that first time, and that was my first proper rewatch of all the Star Wars movies. That's why I was familiar with the series and all the lore, but like I could actually be surprised by random tidbits and stuff. And that's why I consider myself a junior to your Star Wars nerddom.
I think I have watched the correct amount of Star Wars at exactly the right time.
You think?
I think so, because I watched all the movies in year 8, and I started with original trilogy because my mum likes those movies. We watched those together.
Yeah.
She'd never seen the prequels, and I really liked them. So I had watched them, and then I was anticipating Force Awakens. I saw Rogue One in cinema, and then I think 2 years later I had watched The Clone Wars and finished it by 2020. And then I didn't realize that season 6 of The Clone Wars was significantly shorter, because I didn't know that the show got cancelled.
Right. Oh, Nathan, your mic is cutting out a little bit, and you're a lot quieter than before.
A lot. Can you hear me now?
I heard the word now.
Adafa.
Oh, there you go. That was very clear.
Okay. Yeah, so by 2020, I had finished The Clone Wars. Didn't realize the show got cancelled, but literally, pretty soon after I finished, there was a The Clone Wars Season 7 trailer that had came out. And basically, that came out, I think, March of 2020. This Obi-Wan's AFK. Big Daddy. So,
Ray is Big Daddy no more.
that's a Jakku name, bro. So I feel like things came out by the time in correspondence to the stuff I liked, if that makes sense.
Right.
So, like, we had the Obi-Wan show, which, for me, I've only loved Obi-Wan since 2015. And from 2022, I liked those characters because I was a big fan of the prequel trilogy. I just feel like a lot of good things happened. Like, I just feel like I was really lucky, you know? Like, the Ahsoka show, again, something that was something relatively new to me, which I ended up loving.
Right.
But I think that Season 7 of the Clone Wars is, like, the best Star Wars out there, you know?
It is a peak.
The Bad Batch wrapped up this year. But this is the thing now. Her day first. So I watched 3 episodes of The Acolyte, and I never went back. Not because I necessarily hated it, it's just I feel like I've got to the point of where I got to with The Walking Dead, which is I just don't need to watch this anymore.
Right.
Like I could I could stop.
Apparently
I could stop a day for
that The Acolyte is really, really, really good.
Good. I have not seen a single positive thing about the show.
Yeah. So all my opinions on it come from you, and you said you didn't quite enjoy it. Like
it's not that really. I just didn't think anything.
You wouldn't. No, but that's the thing, right?
But also, it doesn't matter to me anymore.
Right.
In the sense that, so I am at a point now where, like, I like certain things enough for them to, like, influence my opinion. Not out of nostalgia, just get out of things I like. Bias. I have bias now. And, the Acolyte literally is so far away in the timeline to all the stuff which I do love.
Right.
So it's like, I don't know, they could do whatever they want, really. I don't fucking care.
Right. Okay, I feel that. So, from another Star Wars nerd that I know, they said that because...
Sorry.
So, from what I understand, Rogue One is about one of the characters... Acolyte is about one of the characters in Rogue One, and
oh
is,
my god, Hidayfa, you are so incredibly wrong. It's unreal.
What?
You're thinking of Andor, which is very good. I have watched Andor.
Oh, wait, Acolyte is the new movie.
Acolyte is a series. It's a TV show which came out this year, which got cancelled immediately.
Wait, no way.
Because, yeah, it's set in like the Old Republic time.
Right, no, I remember it being set.
We saw the trailer when we watched the Phantom Menace in cinema, remember?
I distinctly recall it now. Sorry, I mixed them up.
You did.
Okay, but you like Andor?
Yeah, Andor's really good. I think it's a bit useless because, well, you know where that's gonna end.
Fucking Chewie. See, this is exactly what I said to the guy. I was like, the thing about Andor is I don't know if I want to watch it because what if I really like it and then in my brain I like it less because the character in it I know dies.
But then again, like, yeah, we saw it. We saw him got Death Star, and we
yeah, we're getting shot the fuck up, bro. What the hell's going on? We need to lock in.
I'm 1v1ing Yoda.
Well, stop it, because the second you look away, both Chewie and Leia will wreck your ass.
Leia's gonna wreck my what?
You heard what I said.
Yeah, that thing that you just said is happening.
Called it.
But then you can make that same argument with, like, a lot of Star Wars. Like, if you watch... Nah. Well, I don't know what the Ewoks did to the Empire, but what I mean is, if you watch the original trilogy, and then it's like, oh look, this is a whole trilogy about Anakin Skywalker, I guess we know how he died, you know? We saw it.
Oh lol, he's dead. Yeah, true. But I don't know, it feels kind of different. It's especially
He's a
when it's
legacy
like...
character, so. But if you have no nostalgia towards that, then I guess it's a bit weird. Bruh. Look, he got yeeted, bruh. In the sand.
He hates the sand. Oh, he's dead. Yeah, what pizzazz? What pizzazz?
he's on a slither of health.
Get him.
You see, this is also like the same argument which I've said about Game of Thrones. Like Game of Thrones, like I don't hate the ending because I didn't wait every Monday night at 9 o'clock to watch the show for 8 years, you know?
Right. Okay,
So,
I feel that. Isn't it sad?
if I had watched this show for 8 years and it ended the way it did, yeah, I'd be a little angry.
Pissed.
I wouldn't be pissed, but I'd be angry. Like I'd be like, that's kind of a weird way to end the show. Same with How I Met Your Mother. That's a show I watched in like a month.
You didn't have the emotional baggage.
Like, don't get me wrong, I love the characters and I love the show, and I think that like choices don't make sense, but it doesn't keep me up at night. Do you think that streaming has been the death of television?
No, okay. I agree.
An aspect of television.
Question, is it the question of streaming, or is it the question of how people have a relationship with shows these days? Yes.
Okay, so this is something new which I found about The Walking Dead.
Right.
So we are watching The Walking Dead. Viewers, we are watching The Walking Dead at a snail's pace, but we do watch it. I have finished the show many times, blah. Kadef has never seen it before. But,
Indeed.
So this is a show which I did watch week to week. And a big aspect to where this show's viewership died is season 7, the season finale of season 6 and season 7 episode 1. And this is because they panicked. They made a few messes up in the season, and they kind of left you on a cliffhanger, which really didn't have to be there.
Right.
And everyone tuned in for season 7, episode 1, which I do think is a good episode. And then just no one watched the show after that. The statistics dropped rapidly. However, with recent years, The Walking Dead being on Disney Plus, you didn't have to wait 6 months to know what happened at the end of the season. So all of a sudden, season 7 has gotten like a lot more views and like a lot more better responses in recent media. And this is because it's just not airing on television anymore. It completely changes the relationship with the viewers.
100%. You have to consider the fact that, like, there are nerds like me and you, and there are always going to be nerds like me and you, right? People who watch the show try to, not even like as an objective, but just by watching the show. And one of the ways we enjoy it is by breaking it down, seeing the interesting parts, the narrative questions, what the themes are being said, all that kind of stuff. The other side of the coin is that there are a bunch of normal human beings that just want to watch the funny,
show.
great, dramatic show, and they want to be happy. They want to be pleased. They want to be enjoying
they shouldn't watch
the
The
shit
Walking
out of
Dead
the
for
show.
that.
I mean, well, they want to be shocked and awed and happy. And it's just a case of...
Entertained.
If they... Yeah, entertained is a good word. If they come in and see nothing but trash, they're gonna be like, alright, that's what needs to... That's being expected. I have 1,000 other shows to watch. Why would I continue watching the show? If we sit down and we're like, let's watch a season of the show that we know we really want to watch. If episode 1 of season 1 is or season 7 is bad, we're gonna watch the rest of the episodes. We're gonna watch each and every single one of those episodes.
And it's accessible as well, you know.
Okay, now that you have that accessibility, all of a sudden that waiting is gone. So you don't have to put your entire weight onto it anymore. So those normal viewers, those everyday not us viewers, they don't have to deal with the bullshit that is waiting for a show that might as well be trash. So they can binge through episode 1, hate it, binge through episode 2, be like, okay, this is better, and then go through the entire season.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, a lot of people love season 7. I mean,
Exactly.
that's the vibe that
Well,
I
they
see.
don't love it, but it's just it was a cheap stunt to get people to watch the show.
I see.
It's
Yeah.
a cliffhanger on
And-
someone dies, but you don't know who it is.
Right. See, okay. You've
Not
kind
to
of
mention
talked
that there
about the
was
topic-
already a death fake out 3 episodes prior, which you had to wait 4 weeks for to find out because The Walking Dead has stupid boomerang storytelling. So they're like a cliffhanger, and then the next week they don't focus on those characters. So you just don't know what happened. So you're waiting like 4 weeks to find out what the hell happened to a character. Turns out they just crawled under a bin. So
accurate zombie. Yeah, accurate.
You know what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah. You've touched on the topic I was mentioning, but you've kind of come from it in a different direction. The relationship people have with TV shows these days, definitely very much influenced by streaming. Very much influenced by streaming. Not just streaming, because even now you do have delayed releases and the such. But every once in a while you get a show that just comes out all at once. It's
Well,
like
look
the
at
entire season.
Stranger Things and Invincible season 2
Mhm.
for an exact example of that.
100%.
And they were both taken really negatively as well. Stranger
100%.
Things had the gap in between for 2 episodes, same as Invincible had a mid-season
Invincible.
break for no reason.
Fudging hell, hated that.
But also, I do think
it's-
that that's like it gets you thinking about the characters, you know.
Exactly. And what it also does is that it extends the season. Because you have a show, you have popularity, you have people talking about it, they're going onto Instagram, they're going onto Twitter, they're raving about this great
Yeah.
show. If it ends in a week, the popularity is gone in a week.
And also,
If it
like,
goes on
I
for
feel,
months-
especially when Stranger Things was such a big thing, like, I felt like I had to finish the show, otherwise I was going to get spoiled online.
Definitely.
Like, it was
definitely. Well,
and with it not being the end, there is kind of a safety net there for you.